Welcome back to Kossi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kossi. Arsenal have dropped further points against Brentford at the Emirates Stadium. That is hurting. That is absolutely hurting. And let me tell you something. We are utter idiots. We are big idiots. We should have won that game. There is no excuse for Arsenal not to win against Brentford today. There is no excuse whatsoever for us not winning against Brentford today. There is no excuse. We played very poorly. I think Brentford were the better side. They deserved 3 points in that game. But even when we took the lead, even when it all happened, they had so many chances, they created so many chances, we got a chance to get in front. Leandro Trossard, the only time we got in behind the Brentford goal, the Brentford defense, and got in front of goal, beautiful chance, Leandro Trossard capitalizes. We couldn't capitalize again. We have let ourselves down. We have let Manchester City 3 points in now. We are 6 points clear, yes, but Manchester City are playing tomorrow. If they win, they got 3 points clear, and it doesn't matter. The result on Wednesday now doesn't matter. All Manchester City have to do is go on, win that game against Aston Villa tomorrow, and it is absolutely pure pressure now on Arsenal. We've brought this on ourselves. The games we have actually dropped points in are not games where you drop points. We've beaten Spurs convincingly. We've beaten Manchester United convincingly. And we have found an excuse, found a reason to lose to Everton, and now we have found a reason to draw at the Emirates Stadium, which should be a fortress, 1-1 with Brentford. I need your thoughts. I need your opinions. I can't get my head around this. I really cannot get my head around this, because I'm looking at each and every excuse we can put forward. It's not there. It's absolutely not there. We had to bounce back. We had gone 180 minutes without a win. Every single sign suggested that Arsenal needed this game desperately. But we didn't play like that. We didn't play like we needed the game. We didn't play like we wanted to be the better side. We didn't show Brentford that we are hungry. The Arsenal Thomas Frank was speaking about in his press conference is very different from what we've seen today. Very different. And again, very different from what we saw against Everton. This Arsenal side has now become very easy to defend against. We saw it in the Manchester City game. As long as you get 2 against Martinelli and 2 players against Saka, you've killed Arsenal's attack. We cannot be like this. We cannot become the biggest bottlers in the history of Premier League football. I don't care if anyone says I'm a fake fan or anything. We cannot become the biggest bottlers in the history of the Premier League. Because if you bottle the Premier League after 50 points in 20 games, you're the biggest bottlers. We will be a disgrace. We will be the biggest bottlers of the Premier League. Absolutely. Now, it's going to be more pressure on Arsenal. It's going to be more pressure on us, and I don't know where we go from here, right? But I want us to dive into the game. I want us to talk about the performances. Individual performances, I was not happy with so many players, to be honest. I wasn't very happy with so many players. I wasn't happy with Mikel Arteta as well. I think he's having, and I could be wrong here, but he is having those selection favoritism moments. He's having favoritism in selection. I'm asking myself, why is Ben White still playing day in, day out? Tomiyasu, who is actually doing very well on the bench, is not even getting a chance. I'm just asking myself. He has a 40 million euro Vieira on the bench, and Vieira literally doesn't come in on games. He came on today. I thought the game was over. The game was gone. And then, why isn't Leandro Trossard starting some of these games when we are seeing Gabriel Martinelli drop up and drop off and drop off? Now, look, we are still going to win the title. I'm still backing Arsenal to win the title. I'm not going to change my thoughts. I'm not changing my mind. I think we are going to win it, but now we have made it more difficult. And that is my problem with this draw against Brentford. We are going to win the title, but we've made it more difficult now for ourselves. We've just made it so damn difficult. We've just made it very, very difficult for ourselves. And who is to blame? It is us. No one else. Arsenal up to blame for whatever happens over here. After here, there is no one to blame. It is us. It is ourselves. We've got to blame ourselves. We've had every chance, every opportunity, every single opportunity to go 9 points clear, 10 points clear, and we've not taken it. Just imagine if we had beaten Everton, that would be 8 points clear, and then beat Brentford today. You go 11 points clear. You never know what happens. You never know what happens in the Manchester City Aston Villa game, because we will be, we would have created more pressure for Manchester City, but we are creating pressure for ourselves, and I just don't like it. I really don't like it. Now let's talk about the game. In the first half, I think we did nothing. We absolutely did nothing in that first half, in the first 45 minutes, and I think Thomas Frank is going to be absolutely fuming with his players. They should have won the game. They should have won the game at halftime. They created the better chances at halftime, and I think we are very lucky. Very lucky that we even have a point in this game. Ivan Toney hitting like the crossbar at that range with that chance. Does it really happen? That's the penalty. That guy doesn't miss penalties. And that was like a penalty at halftime, and he missed it. And there were so many more other chances where Arsenal, got away with it at halftime. To be 0-0 at halftime, it doesn't tell the story. Arsenal played very poorly, and I thought Brentford were the better side. They did each and everything very well at the first 45 minutes. They didn't allow Arsenal get in behind. They doubled up on our wingers. They suffocated our midfielders. I thought Odegaard had more freedom today. He had a lot of freedom today, by the way, but he couldn't find anyone to pass the ball to. He couldn't find the channels. He couldn't find any passing lanes in which to play the ball. So they literally killed the rest of our game. They killed the rest of the players and let Martin Odegaard thrive. I mean, he cannot thrive if you've killed Saka and Gabriel Martinelli. So in the first 45 minutes, we were absolute shite. We were very poor. And look, there were so many excuses at halftime. Maybe Arsenal still coming from that shock, of the Everton game. Maybe Arsenal looking for their rhythm. Maybe Arsenal, all those excuses. You could excuse us for the first 45 minutes, but what about the second 45 minutes? Good ball possession, 70%, 7 shots on target, 23. Shots in total, but most of the 7 shots on target were baby shots to David Raya. I didn't see him pull off any expensive good save. He never had any good stop. David Raya, a good stop. I mean, remind me of one time like this where he pulled off a fantastic stop. I don't remember it. And the rest of the chances, the rest of the shots on goal were Alexander Zinchenko piping the ball up, in the sky, and those Edin Ketia trials up in the sky, and Thomas Partey's trials up in the sky. I just don't. I don't agree with these performances. I don't agree. I think we are still a very good side. We are just allowing unnecessary pressure to get to us. With 23 shots on goal, 7 on target, Arsenal should score 2. At least we should score 2 goals. And that means that the big chances that we were creating in that game were not there. We were not creating any big chances. We were literally, shooting for the sake of shooting. We were doing things for the sake of doing them. We didn't have any real purpose in that game, and that's what actually hurt me. That is what hurt me in that game. We didn't have any purpose. I didn't see the to death mentality that a team like Arsenal should be having. I didn't see that, unless otherwise, guys. Unless otherwise, but I didn't see that to the death mentality, and we need it. We already, I think right now, for the later part of the season, we're trying to win the title. We are trying to run away with the Premier League, okay? And it doesn't matter what so many people say. Arsenal, it's all about winning the title now. It's all about us, making sure that every game we go into, we win. We should have won ugly. And let's talk about Aaron Ramsdale in that game as well, in that goal, right? Because I think he literally did have a lot to do, right? Although, Brentford created a lot of chances, on goal, but they were missing the chances, right? What was he doing in that, in that scenario, Aaron Ramsdale? What exactly was he doing? Because I still don't understand. I don't understand why he goes into that challenge. And I just don't understand. I don't understand. He doesn't block the cross. He mistimes it at such a time, at such a moment. That was very, very poor goalkeeping. To be honest, that was very, very poor goalkeeping. He should have done better than that, right? Because for me, if you want to stop a player from crossing the ball, you go strong, you go big. But then he tries to hit the ball, he mistimes it, and then he just takes himself out of the game, leaves the goal empty, and Ivan Toney has a very, very easy goal. If he stays on his line, again, I'm not blaming him for trying to stop the cross. I'm not. But I'm saying the better option there would have been for him to stay on his line. That ball, Jensen is going to cut that ball across goal. It's an easy catch, but he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. And the moment I look at him, and he's done that, I know it's a goal. And definitely it's a goal. But I need your thoughts. I need your opinions. On this one. Are you disgusted? Are you now demoralized that we are going to lose the title? I'm gonna tell you this. I think Arsenal are still title favorites. I think we are still title contenders. And when Manchester City look at us, they'll be looking at us as a side to beat. They'll be looking at us as the favorites for the Premier League. But not for long. And that is true. Not for long. If City win tomorrow and they win against us on Wednesday, they have a chance to go back on top of the Premier League table. We need to stop this. The games in the second part of the season are never easy. You're never going to have those easy games. You're never going to have those, easy games. They don't come. You're going to have to win the difficult games. Brentford, who have gone on an unbeaten run of 10 games. Newcastle, Leicester, Aston Villa, all those teams that are actually doing very well. Those are the teams we've got to beat. Those are the teams we have to beat in the second part of the season. It's never easy. And I pray we wake up sooner than later. Now, Joseph says, Arsenal will win at Everton when we are in a second place. Now, look, I don't agree with such opinion. To be honest, I think Arsenal have done very well. We've been on top of the table for almost half a season. We've handled the pressure very well. I don't think we need to first go to second place to win games. No. We should continue. We should pick up where we left. That was against Manchester United, 3-2. We should pick up from there and we should start winning games seriously. We should start taking games more seriously. We should start games better. It has been our trademark that for the first 10-20 minutes, Arsenal are relentless. That is gone. I'm looking for Arsenal in the first 10-20 minutes, as the opposition having the bigger part of the ball is the opposition doing better. We need to stop that. We absolutely need to stop that. Lex says we have to beat City at all costs now, and that is what this game, that is what failing to win this game actually creates, right? That is what it creates. Now it creates a lot of pressure for us in the next game, and you can't play Manchester City under that pressure. I'm actually very, very scared now. You can't play City with that pressure. They're going to destroy you. They're really, really going to destroy you if you go in there. A lot of pressure, a lot of you desperately want to win. They will destroy you. If you want to win against Manchester City, we should have gone in that game 5 points clear, right? Go against them. Just, it's okay. Even if we get it, even if we would have gotten a draw, it's fine. And then go and beat Everton in that game in hand. Go 8 points clear. It would have been fine. But now the pressure is on. No, look, guys, the pressure is on. We can no longer shy away that we want to win the title. We can no longer shy away, right? But now the pressure is really, really on. Okay, I want to see what some of you are actually saying in the comment section. Okay. Vian says, whenever we beat Man U, it's always a must. We lose at least 3 games, 3 consecutive games. And look, it's not a must that whenever we beat Manchester United, we should actually do bullshit after. It's not a must. It is not a must. I mean, that is super too hypothetical, too superstitious, too. I can't believe it. I just can't believe in that. We've got to win games. I don't care who we have beaten. I don't care who have played. We've got to win games. Joe Abba says, Kosi Arsenal needs to wake up. Arteta needs to change Ben White and Martinelli. We can't continue in this way. I think we need a refresh. The first comment came in from Glenn. Big up to you, Glenn. Says, thought we needed some freshness in the team. Had gone for Trossard in my starting 11. Need Jesus and Emil Smith-Rowe back as soon as possible. To be honest, we need freshness in the team. We need fresh legs in the team. It's now visible. It's now totally clear. We need fresh legs. We need to change. It can't be this way, guys. It really cannot be this way. It can't. We need to freshen up things. I mean, I think Mikel Arteta sees that. City will not win against Villa. It's a tough one as well. But then that doesn't guarantee that Arsenal then will beat Villa, because Villa are not very far away from our next fixtures. All right? And City are a more quality side than Arsenal. So we cannot start predicting them not to win games. All we can do is win what is on our table, right? We will get a positive result against City. Mark this comment. Okay, Lex. Is that Lex? Yeah. Okay, that is Lex. I marked that comment. Benedict says we should have bounced back today. Look, it was the perfect opportunity. It was the perfect moment for us to bounce back. I don't know how we've not done it. Yeah, I don't know how we've not bounced back, but it was the perfect opportunity for us to bounce back. And the fact that we've not, we only have ourselves to blame. And I'm not even going to say much, guys. I'm not going to say much. That was bad. That was absolutely really bad. We should have done better. We really should have done better in that game. It didn't bring out the heart of champions, not at all. The fault all goes to Arteta. Why is he starting Martinelli when it's obvious that he has lost form? We need fresh legs in our starting 11. I wouldn't really say it's Mikel Arteta's fault. I think the team has to get themselves together and, just calm down. While we're playing with Manchester City on our minds, we need to stop. Again, we need to stop the excuses, right? Okay, if it's Manchester City on our minds, we understand. Okay, then, are we going to beat Manchester City? If we beat Manchester City, this all goes away. But if we don't, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Benedict says, Kosi, please, I need your WhatsApp contact. All right. Jacob says, I don't know if I am seeing if others Lucy Ateta should change game style because they have learned that pressure comes from wingers. That's why they are marking Saka with 2 players. Look, yeah, I think clubs have known how to stop Arsenal. There is no question there. Clubs have now known how to stop us. Clubs have learnt our way, but there is still something lacking. The intensity, the speed at which we are playing is still lacking. You know, to be honest, the speed, the intensity at which we are playing football is lacking. It's absolutely lacking. Lawrence says we need to change our pattern of play. Like absolutely agree, but we've won 50% of our games. Sorry, of the league, of the season, playing like that. I don't think Arsenal should panic to change their style of play. I don't think we should panic. That would be panicking. Nick says, Kosi, Rambo had to come for that ball because it was in his box. I remember the days of James Lehmann. I'm not actually blaming him for going for the ball. I'm actually saying the approach he goes with, because he's trying to punch that ball, but then he's hesitant a little bit. Is a fraction late, right? He's a fraction late. I don't know. Look, I don't want to blame individual players. I love my team. I think we're really flying. We are doing very well. I don't want to blame my players, honestly. Chidiabere says these are players is not playing as if we want to win the EPL seriously and don't see the reason of buying players you cannot use. I'm still gutted with how he's using Fabio Vieira and Tomiyasu. I think Tomiyasu elevates us if he plays. If he plays more regularly, he adds something to the team. Maybe Vieira should start coming on 70 minutes, maybe 75 minutes, right? Because he's a more creative player than Granit Xhaka. He's a more creative player, right? Let's trust in him. James says we really now need to beat City to bring back our hearts. Right now we are heartbroken. I'm really disappointed, to be honest. I'm really disappointed. Simplex says it's unfortunate we have failed to win Everton and Brentford game and go 11 points clear. That would have put pressure on Manchester. Absolutely, that is my point. The pressure the Manchester City should have is now on our shoulders, right? How have we beaten Spurs and Man United? Have we put in too much in those games and forgotten to, the way we play and how to win? How have we beaten Spurs and Man United and everyone has gone, Arsenal gonna win it, and then we've bottled, Everton and Brentford? If you bottle Spurs, right? If you bottle Spurs and United, anyone could say, oh, they're big games, they're huge clashes. Arsenal will bounce back. But if you win the big games, definitely then you win the smaller games. You win against the smaller teams. And that's why I'm really disappointed. Joe says, I expected Arteta to test Jesus, in this match, not just waiting to play him with Manchester City. So the player goes off form. They start blaming him, which is not actually right. Jesus, I think Jesus is the game came too early for Gabriel Jesus. Joel Amos says Ramsdale just had a bad day in office, but normally he saves those balls. No, I don't have a problem with him. He's my guy. Ramsdale, he's my guy. Super goalkeeper. But I'm gonna tell you this: super goalkeepers win you titles. Huge performances from goalkeepers win you vital points. Today is the day when we needed Aaron Ramsdale to give us those 3 points, and he did it, right? But I like him. I like him as a goalkeeper. I don't think I would ever go and criticize him as a bad goalkeeper. I would be lying. He's a very good goalkeeper. I like him personally. I really do. So hit the like button, guys. Subscribe. I'll be back with more of the videos of this game, and of course the build up to the Manchester City game. We'll be talking much about my player ratings, of course, the 6 things we learned, and such content coming your way. I'll speak to you in the next one.